Hello everyone, this is Dr. Alex Avila with Love University, and we're back. I'm an author, psychologist, and speaker. Every week we talk about how to love ourselves, others, and a higher nature, how to improve our career, finances, relationships, health, and spirituality. And we've been talking about my book, Invincible You, Discover Your Inner Power and Achieve Your Heart's Desires, how to be invincible despite the circumstances, how to be your best self and help others be their best self. And we've been talking about your ultimate questions. Our listeners have been writing in to us and asking us a lot of interesting questions. And one of them has to do with love. And I get this urge now to do a little singing with this. Jonathan, my producer, help me out with this. Let's see if we can do this. Can anybody find me somebody to love? Thank you, Jonathan. I didn't know you had that rock in you. That's good. So many people think like this. They ask the universe, God, or even other people to find them somebody to love who will love them back. Many are sorely disappointed. So, Jonathan, read that question right now from one of our listeners.
What if I can't find anyone to love?
The secret Love University listener is to master loneliness within, and that you will not crave love and companionship in a yearning state. You will be content within yourself first. While in the state of contentment, you will attract the exact nature of what you are in another human being. Happy, loving, and fulfilled. Incidentally, one of the best ways to master loneliness is by becoming the opposite of lonely, which is loving. Seek out lonely people and offer them your loving energy, support, time, and attention. Help those in need, assist the homeless, and volunteer for charitable and humanitarian groups. When you do this, you will discover an amazing truth. The more you extend your love without expectation, the more it will return to you. Loneliness will vanish, and love in many forms will take its place in your life.
I'm unhappy, but I think I will be happy in the future, and that things will change. But then time passes, and I am as unhappy as ever before. What is the problem?
The problem is that you deceive yourself into thinking that the mere passage of time can make you happy. It won't. In fact, this is a terrible state to live in because you're always thinking that the future will somehow save you. As a result, you rob yourself of the priceless present moment because you're hoping that you will somehow be happier and more fulfilled in the future. For example, let's say you suffered pain in the past. You think that time will help ease your pain. Although that may be true in some situations, in most cases, time alone doesn't heal wounds. To regain your happiness, your mind must see things differently. You need to forgive yourself when you have regrets. You need to see the positive in the negative and resolve to do something different the next time. In other words, act from your invincible mind. By using your mind properly, you can leave a painful experience behind you almost immediately, with few lingering emotional wounds. You can focus on the lesson you learned from the mistake, and you can resolve to act from a higher perspective the next time. Time is not the deciding factor in recapturing your joy, but your invincible mind is. If you want to change your future, change who you are now into a person with an invincible mind. When you have the invincible mindset, you will be happy today and tomorrow.
Why do so many unfavorable results come my way?
First of all, you set an unconscious cause into motion, thereby making an unfavorable result an inevitable occurrence. The cause is usually a self-defeating thought, a gloomy idea that you're not good enough to get what you want. This downward thought then attracts more of its own bad nature, such as damaging people and harmful circumstances. Now let's say you're feeling lonely. To escape from this unhappy state, you go out and get involved with the first person who reacts favorably to you. Unfortunately, they may turn out to be an abusive or negative individual. Consequently, your need for emotional relief has prompted you to let your guard down and get involved with a person who is all wrong for you. Secondly, when something goes wrong, you torment yourself with the question, why did this happen? Instead, you should be asking, how can I diminish my self-defeating mind so it doesn't happen again? The reality is that many people waste a lot of energy in life trying to fulfill the imaginary pictures of their self-defeating mind. For example, I need to be rich, I need to be loved. The good news is that once you shed the imaginary pictures of yourself that come from the self-defeating mind, you will be far more efficient, successful, and happy. Contrary to what you may presently believe, you don't have dozens of problems which cause dozens of unfavorable results. You have one problem, your self-defeating mind, which sets into motion all the other unfortunate events and circumstances in your life, including bad relationships, poor decision making, addictions, and bad habits. Things are different when you live from a unified self, your invincible mind. When your mind is centered on growth and inner power, you will rise above unfavorable circumstances, setbacks, and problems. You will become invincible with a capital I.
Why can't I solve my problems no matter what I do? I'm always frustrated.
When you don't know what to do with a problem, withdraw your attention from it. You will see that anxiety, hopelessness, and suffering don't come from the problems. They come from inside you, from your own self-defeating mind. Your mind is actually the cause of the problem. Realize that you can never fully escape from the problem because you, as a person with a problem, are the problem. Many people mistake an escape for an answer. When they are bored or restless, they actually search for some external relief, such as a new love affair, social involvement, financial expenditure, or lifestyle change. But this only suspends their nervousness for a short time. They falsely assume that the solution resides outside of themselves. The real solution is to recognize that your self-defeating mind is the problem. When you reduce your self-defeating mind, thoughts of weakness, negativity, and defeat, your problems will start to go away. To diminish your self-defeating mind, focus on increasing your invincible mind. You can do this by building your mountain of invincibility, your authentic and powerful nature, centering yourself in the hara, your center of energy, and actualizing your don, which is your God nature-given ability. When you do these things, there will be no longer a need for you to fight against problems because the you, the self-defeating mind, that was fighting them no longer exists. When the self-defeating mind ceases to exist, your problems will vanish as well. Think of it this way. There's no other problem than being what you are, and there's no other solution than being what you can become.
How does loneliness work? I feel lonely much of the time.
When you feel lonely, you are compelled to do useless and foolish things that you would never do if you were not in this state that you call loneliness. You get involved with the wrong kind of people and situations to distract yourself. The problem is that when you come home from the party, person, or distracting activity, loneliness is always there waiting for you. Loneliness exists only when you are separated from your true nature, your invincible mind. The separation urges you to strive towards self-unity. But the problem is that you strive after the wrong things, such as distracting people and superficially exciting experiences. You mistakenly think that these temporary distractions will cure your loneliness. They won't. The only way to cure your loneliness is to unify with your true nature, your invincible mind, the essence of you. To unify yourself, find the practices and activities that nurture you and fill you with love and gratitude, whether it's the arts, time spent in nature with animals or children, physical activity, humanitarian works, creative projects, or a spiritual practice. Loneliness is cured not by filling your life with extraneous people and activities, but by healing yourself from the inside out. Find your true invincible self and you will lose loneliness.
Why can't I be consistently happy? Sometimes I have joyful moments when I acquire something such as a material possession, new friend, or career success. But then I fall back into gloom and despair.
The answer, Love University listener, is that you can't be happy with something. You can only be happy, period. When your happiness has an external source, whether it's a person, goal, or circumstance, it is only a temporary flirtation, an illusion that ultimately wears off. Think of the sun. It is self-sufficient and shines on everyone. The poor, the rich, the beautiful, the not so beautiful, the young, and the old. If people don't like the sun and cover up, the sun doesn't get upset or disappointed. It simply keeps shining. In the same way, you can be like the sun and maintain your happy and positive disposition, no matter what is going on around you. You can keep shining your positive energy and light on the world without worrying about whether you will be liked or will receive a benefit. In this way, you can rise above the world's problems and become a star in your own mental galaxy. Nothing can hurt you. Be like the sun, and you will never have to worry about whether you are happy or not. You will just shine everywhere.
I love someone who doesn't love me back. It's terribly painful. What do I do?
This is what people call one-way love, when you love someone and they don't love you back. What you need to do is recognize that this other person represents a need in you, such as security, affection, or companionship, which you mistakenly assume is a reality in them. Your fantasy thoughts about the person, not the actual qualities they possess, are what create your craving for the person. As you raise your level along the invincible mind path, you will see the idolized person in a different light. You realize that your needs are internal. Regardless of whether they want you or not, The other person can't supply what you need to make you happy because what you need comes from inside you, not from inside them. When you understand this, your craving for them will fall away, and you will realize that they have nothing to offer your inner self. Now you'll extend your energy outward in a different direction, eventually attracting a person who resonates with your true nature and with whom you can build a true invincible you partnership. In this noble alliance, your mutual goal is to help each other elevate to the highest state of mental and spiritual development as you create a lasting relationship of love and goodness.
How can I be happy?
Instead of trying to be happy, understand the causes of your unhappiness. Stop thinking that you must change conditions before you change yourself. Change yourself and you will naturally change your conditions. Stop despairing over what you can't do in the present moment. Wholeheartedly do whatever you can do right now. Work on fine-tuning your dawn, your natural ability. Center yourself in your hara. Substitute one invincible thought, for example, peace, for one self-defeating thought, anger. Always keep in mind that right results come from right efforts. They don't come from wrong efforts or from no efforts at all. Strive to take one step toward your invincible mind's development each day, and soon you will find that you are on your way to the truth of your excellence. Stop anxiously fighting all the complications in your life. Simplify your affairs. If you try to do 10 things in one day, you will probably not do any of them very well. Work on doing one thing correctly each day, and you will feel an immediate sense of relief. For example, act despite your fear. Spend time meditating on greatness. And take one small step toward actualizing your dawn, your greatest talent. Whatever you do, make sure it's important to you and that you complete it. Doing so will give you a strong sense of satisfaction and confidence.
Why is it that people I want in my life don't feel the same way about me?
Well, first of all, stop trying to win social popularity. Instead, focus on self-acceptance. It is true that you must love yourself before you can truthfully love others and before they can love you. Accepting yourself is the powerful elixir that releases you from the need to be liked by others. When you no longer worry about whether you are liked by others, you will paradoxically be liked by many. Your previously intense and desperate desire to be liked and approved of is the very thing that pushes people away from you in the first place. Reverse your focus to self-acceptance, and you will have all the acceptance from others that you desire.
I search vainly, but I can't find the answers to my life's problems. What can I do?
Instead of fighting for answers, be quietly receptive to your invincible nature. Your invincible self knows all the answers. You don't have to do anything except to receive these higher messages. The frantic chasing and searching for the right way to live is the very thing that keeps you from finding the correct path. It's like the fish who is frantically searching for water and doesn't realize it is already in the water. The water is all around it. Once it relaxes and sees the true nature of the situation, everything becomes clear. At this point, you will recognize the truth. You don't need to search for answers anymore because you are the answers, all of which originate from your invincible mind. You can stop searching now. You have arrived at your final destination: love, success, and happiness. So, Love University students, you can become invincible. You can reach that higher goal of inner power, inner peace, inner love that you express outwardly to others by being kind to others, by contributing to society, by serving. And as you do this, you extend your loving energy, you get into your hara, the deep power within, and you actualize your dawn, which is your greatest God-given talent. So go out this week, Love University listeners, and strive to be invincible, to surpass bad circumstances, difficult events. I know we're facing some of that in our society today with the virus and other issues, but we can be invincible, we can be strong, we can survive and triumph if we follow these rules and principles we're learning in the Invincible You. So until next time, Love University students, you can write to us at loveuniversitylove@gmail.com. Call us at 310-226-8090. Go to our website, loveuniversity.love. You can also like us and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Love University Podcast. You can also follow us on Twitter at Love_U Podcast. Subscribe to us on Podbean, Spotify, SoundCloud, and iTunes. So Valentine's Day is coming up soon. And the important thing to remember about Valentine's Day is that it's not just about loving someone romantically, but although it can be, but it's about loving yourself, loving others, and a higher nature. So until next time, this is Dr. Alex Avila. Put away your notebooks, your iPads, your phones. This is Love University. Until next time.